Welcome to TechbrothersIT with Aamir. In this video, we are going to learn how to read a JSON file by using a copy activity in Azure Data Factory, and we will be writing to the CSV file after reading that JSON file. And then we are going to talk about the limitation of a copy activity when reading a JSON file. So first of all, let me explain my JSON file that we are going to use as an input. So here is my JSON file. It doesn't have a whole lot record. It has only one record in a way, like information. You can see first name Aamir, last name Shahzad. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I have children. And then I have array of that. So that's right there. And the first element is my first, that's my son name. Okay, 9-year old. Second element is second kid name and his age. And then I have a social media. Okay, what type of social media I use? So TechbrothersIT for Twitter and Facebook, and then we have a GitHub. So that's my JSON file that I would like to read by Azure Data Factory, and then create the CSV file out of that. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here is my Azure Data Factory. Right here is that's our portal, and here is our storage. And in the storage, I have a couple of containers. One is called input, and in the input we have that JSON file uploaded. So you can see right there, same file. Okay. Now we are going to close this guy, and then we have output container right there, and that container is empty right now. So I open Azure Data Factory, so you can close right there and go from the portal right here and click on Azure Data Factory, and then you're gonna hit open, and it's gonna open Azure Data Factory for you. So once the Azure Data Factory is open, you're going to go to the author, and here we are going to create our first pipeline. Go to pipeline, new pipeline, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see right there. Okay, so we are all good, and I'm going to use copy activity. So let's bring the copy activity here, and now we are going to go to the source, and in the source, let me see, we don't have to do anything on the journal tab here. We are going to go to source, and here we are going to click new, and we are going to search for Azure Blob Storage, because that's where our JSON file is sitting. So I'm going to select JSON input here, and now it's going to ask me, hey, you are creating this link service. Yes, I would like to. And provide your subscription. I'm going to go for subscription. I'm going to go for the storage account, and I'm not providing any input folder or output folder or any container name here. This is a pointer to my storage. So I'm going to test this, and this is all good. I can call it blob storage or whatever the name I want to give. I'm going to just leave that Azure Blob Storage. Now here you will be providing the file path. So you are going to select the container, and then you're going to select the file. And now import schema, yes, from the connection store. So we would like to read the schema from the file. Hit OK, and this is all we have here. And now if I go to the sync, and I'm going to create the CSV file, Azure Blob Storage, and here I will select the delimited text, and now I will use the same link service because that's where my storage is, and I can provide the output folder right there. So all good. I don't have to provide file name or anything like here, so I can just import schema. Just I can hit none. I am not importing any schema or anything. Yes, first stroke and have header. Yes, that's fine. Now what I would like to do, I'm going to go to the sync right here, and I will provide the file name here. I'm going to call this output JSON.csv. Okay, that's what the file name is going to be in the output container. Go back to your pipeline, and here we are going to go to mapping now. In the mapping, what we are going to do, we are going to hit import schema, and here it got us all that list of the columns or elements what we have there. So we are all good. Let me make it a little small here so you can see right there. I can actually close this guy. Okay, so you see that it read the first element right there is called first name, last name, location. It read all those three, then it read this array. So you can see right there, from the array it has name and age. So that looks good, and I would like to include all of them, yes. And then I have social media. In social media I have description and link. So it got those two elements right there, and it's going to bring the values. Now if I want to go back here, and I want to show you kind of parallel, so let me show you right there. See, so first name right there, see right there, and the last name then you have location, and then under the children you have a name and age. So right there looks good. And then we have under the social media we have description and right there, and then we have a link right there. So it is reading everything very nicely, and we would like to include all columns. Now we are going to go ahead and hit debug. So that's where it's going to read the JSON file and then convert to the our CSV file. So let's it's in queue process right now, and let's go. Sometime it will just create the file there, and even before it just complete. So we are going to go to the container here, and in the container we are going to go to the output. In the output, yes, it has been the file has been completed. This is also the pipeline has been completed as well. So now you are gonna click here and go to the edit, and that's where what you see right there. You are seeing Aamir and the Charlott. Yes, that's coming correct. That's my first element, or that's my first record for my array for my children. So Raza, 9-year-old, and then you have a Twitter. Where are the other records? So there are no other records coming, right? So that's the limitation. If you have array with the multiple elements, multiple values, it only reads the first one. So see right there, it read Raza. So if I will change this to Haider now, and then change this one to Raza, what happen when I execute next time? It's gonna only read the first one. So this time, next time it will read Haider. So if I will make that changes, and right here is reading Twitter. That's the first element in this array. So that's how it is reading. So that's the limitation if you are working with this file copy activity, because honestly, copy activity is very cheap activity. It does not cost you a whole lot, and I believe Microsoft don't want to give all the facilities in copy activity. So they would like you to use a data flow, and when you use a data flow, the billing is going to be different, right? So because you have to have once you have a data flow task there, you are going to have a Spark cluster created, and then your billing is way different than the copy activity. So you're going to pay more money for that. So what we are going to do, we are going to run this pipeline one more time, and as I made a changes in my file, so you see that now it should be having Haider. That's my first element in the file. So let's see if it has already written. So now this is my input. So I'm going to go to the output, container output. Yeah, and this has still completed. Let's go back here and look at that. So now we edit, and we see that Haider with the 8. That's whatever was first element in my under the children array, and that came. I didn't make any change to Twitter, so that's the same link. It's coming now. So this is how it is okay if you do not have arrays that has a lot of values, and you would like to only read the first element of array. That's copy activity is gonna just work fine for you. But if you want to read all these values, then it's going to be a problem. You cannot use a copy activity for that. So in the next video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same file, and then what we will do, we will use the data flow task in the Azure Data Factory, and then read all these values and write to the CSV file. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.